Hello everybody, this is Richard of the New Manchester YouTube channel, and this is the final video of 2024. Today's date is the 31st date of December 2024. The time is 9:33 a.m. And before I get in this video, I want to say this. I'm not going to be doing videos about the USA. I'm not going to be posting videos about what goes on in the US all the time. I want to talk about other things. I want to go in the Winston Wu direction. And there's a saying, if you don't live in the United States, then why talk about all the problems in the United States? To me, this is getting very boring. And to anybody who views the videos on this channel, who comment and tell me to do a video about about other stuff, about things in here in the US, you're out of luck, because I'm not gonna do a request for you. Okay? Anything that's US related, I'm not gonna do it. So if you comment and tell me to do a video about certain things in the USA, I'm going to delete your comment, or I'm going to block you. That's right. If you don't like that, that's your problem. And to anybody who tells me to make short videos, I do what I want to do on this YouTube channel, and that's that. All right? If you leave a comment about that, I'm going to delete the comment and I'm going to block you. All right. I got 2 more videos to do about the USA, about people in the USA. Probably going to do 2 or 1, or just probably going to be my last video about the USA. And after that, I'm going to focus on what's going on abroad. That's what I really want to do. Okay, enough of that. On to the video. Okay, in this video, I'm going to do a video about Doc Garcia, the owner of the YouTube channel DocGeo7, originally Damn This Place 07. And I originally subbed to his channel a long time ago, back in the I think back in the late 2010s. And I'm gonna tell you something about Doc Garcia. I like the guy, and I used to sub to him. And he speaks his mind. He's a man's man. And when he talks in his videos, he doesn't sugarcoat anything. He tells the truth about things. Also, he's a guy that served in the military. He was a medic. He was a personal trainer. And he's currently, as I believe this, I think he's currently a PE teacher, a physical education teacher, a PE teacher at a school. Yeah, something that I had when I was a kid. So I used to sub to him, and I unsubscribed to him back in 2019. Because he says something in one of his videos that just rubbed me the wrong way. He talked about having sex with married women and their daughters, and talk about their daughters and the mothers want his BBC. So I'm not going to tell you guys what that means. So this guy has changed. He went downhill. You know, very weird, very mean spirited. you know, yeah, I got nothing against the guy, but I want to criticize, some of the things he says. I think I watched some of his videos. Okay, so they've been posting a lot of content. Okay, 7 days ago. Yeah, so what I want to say about this guy? Yeah, he went downhill. He just fell to the wayside. He just posting a lot of stuff that doesn't help some people. so yeah, like okay, I'm gonna just go through all these videos that you've been posting right about that you've been posting about. We've been posting. We have so some of his activity, the videos that he's been posting on his YouTube channel. I just go through all the videos that he's been posting as of late. Okay, feminist women who hate traditional women. Yeah, well, I haven't watched this video. I look at the title, I kind of agree with that. I agree with this. Barack, Kamala, and Democrats insult black men. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I heard about Barack Obama insulting black men, telling black men to vote for Kamala Harris. The importance of time management. Don't know what that is. Okay, loose women in the Bible. Modern women will fall when shit hits the fan. Yeah. yeah, these modern women, how these women are here in the US, they're going to get what's coming to them. They're going to get it. If she ain't real, I don't want her. Yeah, I think a lot of women out there who aren't real women, so I don't want to have anything to do with these American women at all. Yeah, I got chewed out by an American woman on the videos on my YouTube channel. She was very rude and very crazy and said that I have psychological problems and mental problems. I need to go see a therapist and talk about we American women don't owe men anything. Yeah. Jobs that got the most hoes. yeah. Yeah. Women who work at jobs are basically garbage. They make terrible bosses and co-workers. And I got yelled at by a woman by doing a job like raking leaves. That woman is my sister. She was just yelling and shouting at me. She was just yelling at me as loud as she could. Dating diary number 11. Women literally tell on themselves. Working with women is a nightmare. Yeah, I feel your pain too. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Now, some of these videos sound good. I haven't watched any of them. But I'm gonna say this. Dog G is one of these men who are MGTOW men. Yeah, you know what MGTOW is. Men go their own way. Some of these men. I'm gonna say I don't know. Like I'm not trying to put anybody down, but these MGTOW men are a bunch of assholes. They are. Yeah, like they want to be left alone. They want no one to bother them. It's kind of funny, like the MGTOW movement. I don't know how it is right now. It's like it's just a bunch of men who are just not united. But but there's a saying: if everybody's united, they can take down the enemy easily. But if everybody's not united, they can't take people down. They just basically don't care about each other. They don't teammates don't care about each other, and they just let each other just fall to the wayside. And when that happens, they just talk a lot of shit and put them down. You just put them down. I remember I did a video about Dog G. It's up on this YouTube channel. Well, my YouTube channel. I did this video back in 2021. This was about like 3 years ago. And I remember I got a lot of crazy comments. I got comments from Dog G followers. And I got a comment, on that video. I got a comment from a crazy Dog G follower. And then I got a comment from another guy. And this guy tells me, I disagree with your assessment. And you're a simp. Instead of talking shit about him, why you just go message him? Message him where? He didn't say. He just basically just bashed me. And I went to this guy's YouTube channel. I mean, his name was like Doc R. I went to his YouTube channel. It was him like doing a song that Vanilla Ice did, Ice Ice Baby, and it was really good. And I liked it. So I gave the guy a like on his video on his YouTube channel. He just basically was talking, just putting me down and calling me a simp. So I'm a simp. So I'm gonna say this. I'm a simp. 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 I guess I am a simp. I'll just wear that like a badge of honor. But going back to Dog G, the guy is not what he used to be. He just fell off by the wayside, and I got a message. I was talking to a friend on the phone, a friend of mine on the phone. I'm not gonna say his name. He said that on one of he said that Dog G said this on one of his videos that he doesn't have sex with a lot of women anymore, and he gave that up. And that's a good thing. And quite frankly, I was never into stuff like that, have sex with a lot of women. It's like this, I'm going to meet one woman. She becomes my girlfriend, or I really like her and I want to spend the rest of my life with her and marry her, and she becomes my wife. Yeah, I'll have sex with that woman. But I'm not going to have sex with a lot of women. But yeah, I never had sex with a lot of women. Don't know how that feels, but probably doesn't feel good. Or maybe if you're a man, you have sex with a lot of women, you're a stud. But if you're a woman, if you have sex with a lot of men, you're a slut. You're a hoe. And and that's true. So, Dog G he just fell off, and I remember before I unsubscribed to him, I told him in the comments on one of his videos, one of his old videos, I said this to him, hey man, why you just leave the USA and just move abroad and just live in another country? He didn't say anything. He just gave me a heart on my comment, and that's about it. And let's see. I remember I had a lengthy comment with him on one of his videos. It was about a video that he did that he talked about when he was a kid. His sister beat him up for changing the station on the radio in her car, and he said that his parents left him outside in the rain in his underwear, which is very embarrassing. When he was a kid, if I was a father, I would never, ever, ever do anything like that to my children. Like, let them stand outside in their underwear in the rain. That's kind of messed up, and that's just basically child abuse right there. That's sick. But Dog G has been traumatized, and this is the reason why he's so messed up in one of these videos that he did. Okay, here's one. Men is the protector. Oh yeah, I remember he did a video about being a protector and protecting your wife and your kids. Well, how are you gonna do that in a country that has so many school shootings and mass shootings? How are you gonna be a protector through all of that? And Dog G said that he's military trained because he served in the military and he has a gun. So it's just crazy. Like, you can't protect your children and it's impossible to protect your children and your wife during a mass shooting. It's hard to be a protector through that. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to be shot and killed. Your wife is going to be shot and killed, and your children are going to be shot and killed. All of you guys are going to be shot up and killed because the United States doesn't have any gun control at all. Yeah, a lot of mass shootings happen in this country, and you can't be a protector of your wife and your kids in the United States. It's just damn near impossible. Yeah, if you really want to be a protector of your wife and your kids, you want to be a man, you want to be a protector, you can do that in another country that doesn't have a mass shooting problem. Yeah. You can't do it in the US, but Dog G chose not to leave the United States and move abroad. He chose to stay in the US. It's like this. He just one of these people in America, just, yeah, he speaks the truth, but he never entertains the idea, just like any other American, he never entertains the idea of just simply just leaving the United States and moving abroad and living a better life. There's this country that he likes so much in his older videos. Spain. He can live in that country, but he chose not to live in that country. He chose to live in the US. And plus, he speaks Portuguese because he's been to Portugal. Not Portugal, he's been to Brazil. Yeah, Dog G has been to a lot of countries. Yeah, he's been to more countries than me. I've been to countries like Mexico, Canada, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Belgium, Belgique, Norway, Germany, and France, République Française. Also been to Italy, Turkey, Greece, Cyprus. Yeah, I think Dog G been to Greece too. So I've been to a lot. So how many countries I've been to? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I've been to 10 countries. Yeah, countries like Italy, Greece, and Turkey in the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, I was gonna go to Israel with my parents and my sister, but due to that war between Israel and Hamas, we couldn't go to Israel. So basically, I've been to a lot of countries by sailing around on a cruise ship, which is not good. I think it'd be best if I go to a country, you know, just fly to that country on a plane, just experience that country, just stay in that country and see how the people and the culture are. Yeah, you're not gonna experience that if you're on a cruise ship jumping from country to country to country. Because if you go into a country on a cruise ship, you got a lot of hours to get back on the ship. Because if you stay in that country and you fail to get back on that ship will leave you. All your things, your clothes, your things will be on that ship in a cruise ship cabin, which you're staying in on that cruise ship. That ship will leave you and you'll be stuck in that country. So that's not good. So, but I got nothing against cruise ships. Cruise ships are cool, but you're not gonna experience the culture of a country if you're on a cruise ship. You gotta do that by flying to that country on a plane and staying in that country. Or better yet, leave the United States and live in another country. Stay in that country for good and never come back to the US. And this is something that Doc G should have done. Mr. Damn This Place '07. I'm formerly Damn This Place '07. You know, he could have moved to another country. But he chose not to. He chose to stay here and make all these crazy videos. You know, all this stuff that Doc G is talking about in these current videos on his channel. I'm beyond all of that. This is just, this is just something I already know. It's like this. I mean, if someone already knows something, what's the point of repeating something over and over and over and over again? Yeah. What's the point? Okay, here's a crappy video right here. Attacked in Walmart by a fat Haitian woman. I watched this. This was a very ridiculous video. Social media ruined everything. Social media didn't ruin everything. Something happened back in 1985 that made people in America stop talking to each other. Everybody just kept to themselves. Yeah, there's no social or human connection here in the United States. Everybody just isolated from everybody. Everybody's an island. Nobody wants to talk to each other. Nobody wants to connect with one another. I mean, you can't talk to anybody in the U.S. unless it's for business-related purposes. Since I'm on the topic of Doc G, I remember I had a dream that I was talking to Doc G, and Doc G just ignored me. I was talking to him, he ignored me. And he did. I was saying some things to him, and he just ignored me. And after that, I woke up. Yeah, and I've been ignored by some people here in the U.S. People just ignore you. Want to talk to people here in the U.S. Some people, they just ignore you. And people who want to argue with you, I don't want to argue with people. Like, people who want to argue with me, I just ignore them. But I took a look at Winston Wu on the things he said on his Happy Abroad YouTube channel. And Winston Wu just talks to people who want to argue with him. Won't cut him off in the sentence, won't let him talk. He just keeps talking to them. And it doesn't bother him. It doesn't faze him. Because Winston Wu believes in social human connection. Social human connection is important. Yeah, it's good for your mental health. And it is. And Doc G never talks about Winston Wu related topics. He just talks about stuff like man is the protector, people who love to play the victim, why men ghost women on dates, all of this stuff. And before I end this video, I know Dog G is bit of an asshole, and in some of these videos, I think of all of these videos, like I watched some of his videos. American Savage, more like a man who's completely lost. Yeah, it's like this, if Dog G got out of the USA a long time ago, I say in the mid 2010s, or in the early part or in the early part of the 2010s, like 2009 or 2010, if Dog G left the US and moved abroad, moved to that country that he likes so much, Spain. If he moved to Spain and stayed in Spain and never come back to the US and just stayed in that country, stayed in Spain, and he'd be living in Spain right now if he moved to Spain and stayed there. This YouTube channel that he has will be entirely different. These videos that he's posting right now, these videos wouldn't exist. These videos it'd be different videos. Yeah. He'll be talking about his experience of life in Spain, how good, the health care, the quality of life, the food, the people, the women. Yeah. You'll be seeing a lot of positive things about that, and he'll be comparing all of that with things here in the United States. And I remember he made a video about losing his friend Cliff to a woman who wouldn't let him see his daughter, and he went and committed suicide, and it just tore him up inside. And it was kind of sad. I think it was some woman in Spain who did this to his friend, who did this to Dog G's friend Cliff. I think it was that guy in that video where Dog G was on a beach in Spain. Yeah, I like that video. That video is hilarious. I just busted out laughing. Yeah. So it was sad that Dog G lost his friend. Hey, I lost my brother. Me and my brother, we never got along. He died in a car accident. And my brother died when my brother died in a car accident where a teenager fell asleep behind the wheel of a white Buick, and it was on a single lane carriageway highway with 4 lanes and a double yellow line in the middle of it. Okay, my brother was heading southbound on a highway called US 271. It's a US route, a stretch of it that runs from Gilmer to Gladewater in Texas. Okay, my brother was heading southbound on US 271 while the teenager was heading northbound on US 271. The teenager fell asleep behind the wheel, and he lost control and he just lost control of the car, and the car just drifted into the side of the highway where my brother was on, hitting my brother head on and killing my brother. Yeah, it devastated my sister, my mother, and my father and myself. I never got along with my brother. I never talked to him. because I was a punk. I was a punk. I was someone with problems. I was just basically a punk. That's basically what I was. And I look back on that, and he's dead, and I can't talk to him. So it's sad that I lost my brother, and Dog G lost his best friend Cliff. So it hurt him too. So this is the reflection of I think that's why Dog G doesn't want to live overseas. But if you stay in the US, the US just turns you into like an asshole, a person that demonize people and tear people down. Yeah, and oh yeah, Dog G is one of these people who criticize men who dress up like little boys. Like, I guess men in their 40s, men who are older. Like, hey, I'm gonna dress my age, I'm gonna wear clothes that are appropriate for my age. You know? But I'm not the type of person to like, to go around and just look at what someone wears. Yeah, I see what someone wears and I like it. I'll compliment them on what they're wearing. Yeah. And speaking of that, I commented on one of Dog G's videos saying, yeah, liking that vest that he wore. He was dressed up nice. I said, hey man, I like that vest that you're wearing. And Dog G said this to me. Thanks, new Manchester. Gotta dress to impress. And I said this, hey man, did you shop at the men's warehouse? And he said this, sometimes, but they're hell of expensive. Yeah, I like the guy. That was funny. But I can't have a conversation with this guy anymore. Like, I don't know. I can find where I can talk to him at. But yeah, it seems that he's just in his own world now. He's just gone off the deep end now. But I'm gonna say this, if Dog G decided to move overseas and live in Spain, he'll talk about things that Winston Wu is talking about on his YouTube channel, Happy Abroad. Yeah. So let me stop the camera for a minute. Okay. If Dog G lived in Spain right now, instead of living in the US, if he decided to move abroad, leave the USA for good and head overseas, Dog G would be making videos like what Winston Wu is doing. Like he'll be comparing how people are in Spain with people in countries comparing the US. No, I said it all wrong. Yeah, if Dog G stayed in Spain, if Dog G decided to leave the USA and move abroad to Spain and live in that country, and he lives in Spain right now, he'll be making Winston Wu related videos. He'll be comparing the people and the culture and the food of Spain with what the United States has. He'd probably be talking about social or human connection. Yeah, something that the United States lacks. That's what he would be talking about. Yeah. Yeah, Dog G will be basically, he'll be making better videos. He'll be making he'll be making the same videos that Winston will be making on his YouTube channel. Okay, videos like why you feel so insecure in America. No one likes you for you. Why American men do so much better in non-Western dating scenes. Female encounters of the foreign kind. Why do immigrants come to America if there's no happiness, freedom, or social human connection or something like that? Yeah, I watched this. I think Doc G will be making videos that are similar to this. Okay. So, yeah, well, Doc G made his decision. He decided to stay in the U.S. And going back to this Doc G faller, this Doc G07 faller, who called me a simp. Well, let me tell you something. A person who stays in the U.S., who gets brainwashed by all this toxic garbage and nonsense here in the United States, and doesn't want to entertain the idea of moving abroad for better love life, social life in a non-Western country, or a country that's nothing like the U.S. A person who doesn't want to move to those countries and just stay in the U.S. and just go take a vacation in a foreign country and then just come back to the U.S. If you ask me, that person is a simp. I'll say it again. I'm a simp. 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 Yep. So the title of simp belongs to Americans like Doc Garcia. Sorry, Doc G. Sorry, man. I have to call you out for what you are, man. Yeah. Yeah, you're just talking about something that I'm just really beyond, that I really don't care for anymore. Yeah, I yeah, I see all of this stuff. Yeah, like women who choose to be with abusive men. Speaking of abusive men, I have a cousin who's married to he's not married, who has a boyfriend who's a murderer. He killed somebody. And she just stays with this guy. Like, that's just stupid. That's just crazy. Like, if I find out that I have a girlfriend who murders somebody, I will drop her like a bad habit. I will get away from her. Because I don't have anything to do with a murderer. Period. Let's talk about the Will Smith / Chris Rock slap at the Oscars. Yeah, this is just basically him just shitting on guys like Will Smith. Like, this is just a waste of time. Like, he got like a crying happy face, like a laughing face. Yeah. This is just someone who just consumed by American bullshit. Just consumed by this crap. Because, quite frankly, I don't give a rat's ass about what goes on in the U.S. anymore. Because, when I go abroad, I don't want to think about the United States. I don't want to hear about this country anymore. Yeah, I might hear about what goes on in this country if something big happens here. I might talk about it, but Yeah, but I'll compare it with the life and the people in a country that I'm living in outside the U.S. So, and yeah, and I'm no fan of Canada. I'm not going near that country. It's a saint. It's just a like a saner version of the U.S., but even worse. So I have no interest in going to that country anyway, because in Canada, like if you want to, so you can't talk to anybody in that country. Yeah, they say that, oh, all Canadians are polite. Not all people in Canada are polite. Some are nice, some are rude, but the ones who are nice, they'll be nice to you, but they don't want to talk to you. Like if you yeah, like they'll help you out on something, they'll tell you where something is, but if you want to talk to them, they'll just put up a cold wall, put up an ice barrier and don't want to talk to you. Yeah, by saying this, I'll help you, but I'm not going to talk to you. And just laugh like it's funny. That basically, they're just someone who just putting up a cold wall, putting up an ice barrier, and don't want to talk to you. And it's something that's similar that I felt in that dream that I had about Doc G when I try to talk to him. He don't want to talk to me. And some people here in the U.S. and also in Canada. So I don't like living in countries where people just put up a cold wall who don't want to talk to you, who don't want to have anything to do with you. And oh, don't bother me. I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. And like if you want to talk to someone here in the US, it's like you go up and talk to them. It's like you're breaking the law. It's like you're doing something wrong. It's crazy. Yeah, there's no social life here in the US at all. And Dog G want to make a video about social media has ruined everything. Well, social media isn't the problem. It's what happened in the year 1985 is the problem. People just stop socializing with each other and just start separating themselves from people and locking themselves in their homes and never coming out, never talking to each other, which is just crazy and weird and just not normal. Yeah, Dog G will never ever talk about something like that. He's not gonna talk about stuff like that. Fuck no. All he wants to talk about is modern women will fall when shit hits the fan. If she ain't real, I don't want her. Jobs that got the most hoes, interracial dating. I don't care about race. I don't care about race. Race don't mean shit to me. Fuck that. I don't give a damn about race. And I don't. Like here in the United States, it's like they just have an obsession with race. It's like this. I don't see white people. I don't see black people. I don't see Asian people. I don't see Hispanic people. I just see people. And I judge people for who they are on the inside, not what they look like on the outside. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm a black man. But that doesn't mean anything to me because deep down inside, I'm just a man. And when I look at Dog G, I don't see a black man. I just see a man. I don't give a flying fuck about race. Single and childless at 40. Hey, if you want to be single, if you don't want to get married, hey, that's up to you. Yeah. The reason why no man wants to marry the modern woman. Incels and simps versus MGTOW. And yeah, incels and simps. Yeah, I think I was called an incel and a simp but I'm nothing like. But I don't represent that. So yeah, women past the age of 35 are useless. Yeah, I don't care about simps. I feel sorry for incels. And I think MGTOW are a bunch of assholes. I'm not trying to bash all MGTOW men. But all this stuff that Dog G is talking about on his YouTube channel, it's just all this stuff that I don't want to have anything to do with. I don't want to have anything to do with this country or the United States for that matter. Like, okay, incels. If in Colombia, incels don't exist. I don't think MGTOW and simps don't exist. Importance of delaying gratification. MGTOW. MGTOW. Yeah. Dusty welfare tots at Walmart. Yeah, so all this stuff is it's just useless. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help nobody. This channel, on the other hand, will help people. Look at this. Yeah, I watched this video right here. It kind of hurt. It will hurt a man in his 40s who's been single all of his life. In this video, this Filipina woman who Winston Wu interviews, her name is Ava Page. I think this is an old video. She says she doesn't want to date a man in his 40s. Believe it or not, like there's some men, there's a couple that involves some couples that involve women in their 20s and men in their 40s, and they're married to each other. It's a thing. It's kind of rare. But someone told me this. It's never too late. Yeah, I don't know about that, but if you're old, I guess it's just if you're an old man and you've been alone all your life, it's just too late for you. All you can do is just live alone and just die alone. It's kind of sad. So you just gotta just take it as a grain of salt. Okay, there's a video. This guy about Steve N. I hate this guy. This guy's an asshole. I don't like him. But I agree with some of the things he say. Yeah, I don't like this guy. See the pointer on the video on a video on Winston Wu's YouTube channel. Yeah, I don't like this guy. He's an asshole. Okay. Okay, here's my former friend, Bro Marty. Yeah, this guy was just running his mouth like Bro Marty. This is basically Martel the Cool. Passport bros or passport hoes? Yeah. This guy's going crazy. Yeah, I watched this video. This guy's going like crazy. Yeah. So anyway, this YouTube channel, Happier Abroad, Escape USA, and Date Foreign Women, will help a lot of men who are suffering in the U.S. This channel won't do that. This channel just keeps men here in the U.S. and be part of MGTOW. This is what this is. MGTOW just a movement against feminist women and women who put men down and throw them under the bus. This is what this channel is for. So, this channel doesn't help anybody. Hello, YouTube Nation. This is your boy, Doc G. The majority of vids on my channel reflect my personal views. I am the voice of the voiceless. Nothing is sugar-coated cause it's 100% raw and it's 100% real. Well, let's see. How about this channel? Videos promoting leaving America as a solution to your problems and for a better and freer life overseas while dating foreign women. Our message: you can solve your problems by escaping America for a better life and love overseas. Discover friendlier foreign women, authentic people, and saner cultures, lower cost living, healthier food, greater freedoms, and more. Change your location, change your life. Important message to feminists and YouTube moderators. These videos and their happier abroad message has a greater promotional to save lives of desperate, miserable males without hope in America. So please do not censor my videos for no reason just because they offend a few people. Saving lives is a lot more important than being politically correct. I'm sure you know that. Thanks. Now this YouTube channel will help people. My YouTube channel is just basically garbage, and it is. I want to be more like Winston Wu. I can be myself. I want to be more, I want to do things, I want to do some Winston Wu style videos. I've been miserably, I've been a miserable failure as of late. So, this channel is gold. This channel is garbage. This is garbage right here. To Doc Garcia, hey man, I don't want to disrespect you, but your channel is garbage. This is trash. And if Doc G took the Winston Wu philosophy, if Doc G discovered Winston Wu's YouTube channel and follow his message, he will go overseas. And his YouTube channel will be kind of like this. A little bit. He'd be comparing women overseas with women if you compare women overseas with women here in the U.S. And yeah, a lot of women in the United States, some of them are very rude. States like California, Texas, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, some New England states. Yeah, you got some rude women in those parts of America, and they're way over their head and they're delusional and they're full of it. They're just mean-spirited and they like to tear people down. And I got attacked by one of them on a video I did about American women suck. Yeah, and that woman who attacked me, she didn't like the video. Yeah, telling me I need to go see a therapist, saying that I got mental and psychological problems. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Women in America like her, and men like Doc G, these people, I think these people need to go see a mental health profession, or better yet, they need to go see the ultimate mental health profession, the ultimate psychiatrist is Winston Wu, the founder of Happier Abroad. They need to see this guy.
I haven't done a face video in a long time, so
They need to see this guy. They need to see him.
I felt like doing one today. I don't know why. I hope this comes out right and that you can hear my voice. If not, I'll just try to increase the volume on this with some software on my laptop or something.
Yeah. Yeah, if Dog G stumbled upon this guy's YouTube channel, he'd be an entirely different person. In his video or his content on his YouTube channel, he'd be generating awesome content. Content that mirrors the content from this guy. So yeah, I know this video is long, I got a lot to say before the new year. Okay, trying to think here. Trying to think here. I feel for Doc G. I feel for him. I just feel sorry for him. He's just a lost soul now. You just can't help someone like him anymore. But I got a friend by the name of Captain Brandon Horror Lover who hasn't been roaming around on my YouTube channel. So he's been gone because because of the death of his father. So I hope he gets better. I hope I can talk to him again. So so that's all I gotta say in this video. I want to wish everybody a happy new year. I hope to see all of you in the year 2025. Hope this video makes it on my YouTube channel after it been pulled. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching the video. Bye.